What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another episode of the 5 Takeaways, where we take a look at yesterday's 1-0 win over Watford in the Premier League, and we look to see what we can take away from the game. And let's start off with the first takeaway, and that is solid Spurs.
Yeah, first time in Premier League history, and I think first time since the 1950s, Spurs have won their first 3 games without conceding a goal. 3 1-0 wins as well, which goes to show how much concentration has gone into those 3 wins. I think Nuno, from that point of view, has done a great job early on in a very short space of time to get Spurs getting a foundation to build from. And we've shown first 3 games, if we have enough quality going forward to get that goal, and we're very, very solid as well to not give away too many clear-cut chances. So very good stuff early doors there from Nuno.
Yeah, and just to clarify, that is the first time since 1954. Apparently Arthur Rowe's push and run team, the start of Arthur Rowe's tenure at Spurs. So I mean, a long time since we have done something like that. But to be honest, Arthur Rowe's team was a push and run. Yesterday's first half was more like push and stop. You know what I mean? No one was moving around for anyone. But yeah, look, you can't complain with 3 wins from 3 and 3 clean sheets from 3 as well. So
yeah, very solid.
Let's move on to number 2, and the second takeaway is Son on Song.
So Son scored his 2nd winner in 3 games already this season in what was our 3rd consecutive 1-0 win.
Can we not count the Arsenal pre-season as well?
Oh, we count that as well. And that was another winner for Son. And statistically, he was our most dangerous attacker. He led the way for shots on target. He had the most dribbles. He had the most crosses as well, double anyone near. He had 10 crosses yesterday, only 2 reaching their target, and was second only to Harry Kane for key passes as well. So Son was very central to all the good stuff we were doing yesterday.
Definitely. And yeah, you can't complain. I thought,
and on the new role on the right-hand side as well.
Yeah, and I thought he was our most dangerous attacker. Probably not his kind of best showing in a Spurs shirt, but I think that out of the 3, Kane, Bergwijn on Son, he was definitely the most dangerous, that's for sure. But moving on to the third takeaway, it's supposed to be Reguilon leading the way, but it's Reguilon the way.
Reguilon the way. I quite like that as well. It says for the 3rd consecutive game, he is the most interceptions on the pitch. So every game this season, Reguilon's been leading the way for interceptions, and in the whole Premier League as well. He is second only to Michael Keane in the Premier League for interceptions, having 9 all season. So he's really improving that anticipation. Maybe Nuno's training him to definitely anticipate things instead of maybe waiting for players to come to you, looking for the pass, looking for an opportunity to nick the ball. And maybe he could have done a bit more on the ball yesterday, but I think that's an element of his game that's really impressed me early doors. That ability to nick the ball from passes which are maybe too slow or anticipate where the pass is going. And that's really led to Spurs getting a lot more possession from that side. And he's I think he's had a really good start to the season, Reguilon.
Yeah, and you've got to give credit to Nuno, because, you know, there's a few players now in this team that are starting to show some different attributes that we've never seen before. Reguilon being one of them, Davinson Sanchez being another, Dele Alli being another. So I mean, he is already only 3 games into his tenure adding things to these Spurs players. So big credit to Nuno, that's for sure.
Very positive.
Let's move on to the number 4, 4th takeaway, and that is keeper action.
Yeah, so the Watford keeper, Daniel Bachmann, yesterday made 8 saves, which is the most of any keeper in the Premier League. 8 saves.
Oh, it's 8.
8 saves, which is we had 8 shots on target, which is the most of any keeper in any game yet so far this season. Which is interesting enough because, you know, Spurs and a lot of us pointed out we maybe had a bit of a creativity issue, which we'll get onto in a minute. But it was interesting to see that he made 8 saves, although maybe not the hardest saves he made.
They should have been harder though, because the chances that we had, it was kind of weak efforts from Spurs. I mean, in those kind of positions, we should be making the keeper work a lot harder than we did.
But interestingly enough, Lloris has made the most saves of any keeper in the Premier League this season. Really? He leads the way, 12 saves, which is top of most saves in the Premier League this season. Probably most coming in City and Wolves, but maybe Spurs need to do a better job just making sure he doesn't have to face as many shots.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's move over to the last and final takeaway, and that is a creativity issue.
Yes, so this is mostly coming from the midfield, Skip, Højbjerg and Dele I'm going to talk about, because they played well yesterday. I'm not saying they didn't play well. They made 3 tackles each. They're providing a really solid shield for the back four. It's no surprise that Dyer and Sanchez are looking as good as they are now that we have a proper shield in front of them and proper protection for them. However, Out of those three midfielders, Højbjerg is the only one who's made he's made a through ball this season. He's made one through ball, and out of those three, no one else has made more than a through ball this season. And in terms of key passes, only Højbjerg has made 2 key passes this season. Dele and Skip are yet to do that. So we need to see more from them on the pitch, on the ball, technically and quality-wise, especially in games like yesterday when Watford are sitting very deep, they're inviting pressure onto you. You need to make sure that when you're given time and space, you look to hurt them and have the quality to do that. And we know Dele has that in his locker. So as much as I'm loving this new Dele, what we're seeing from him, and I obviously want him to continue that, when he's got ability to hurt the opposition in the final third, I want to see him do it, and I want to see him be more creative in the final third, and that's something to improve on.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's absolutely spot on. You know, I'd cast Skip aside a bit on that one because he is like the lowest, the kind of most defensive in the midfield three.
Fair enough.
I think Dele's probably the one that you really need to be looking at in that sense. But
because you don't want to be relying on Højbjerg, because as much as he's good on the ball and stuff, like, that's not his forte.
The thing is, with Dele, he's adding things to his game. He's adding things. He's getting better. We just need to marry the two, the old Dele and the new Dele.
Exactly.
We'll have an absolutely amazing player on our hands.
Exactly.
But look, that is it. Those are our 5 takeaways from the 1-0 win against Watford yesterday. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree with our takeaways. And let me know if you've got any other takeaways from the game yesterday. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.